Hello, my name is Anthony Martin, and I am a game designer for Full Sail University applying for a position at your company, Bethesda Game Studios. To say plainly, I love video games, ever since I was a little kid. The thing is...
Move, go, 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 go! Up, 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 up you go!
some games just don't like me back. My love for games didn't really start on the Nintendo consoles like most people. It started on the other big hitter of the early 90s, the Sega Genesis. My dad had one when I was young, and that's how I came to play three specific ones at the time. They were Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Sonic. These three got me into the beat-em-up and platforming genres. About a year later, I was introduced to the Super Nintendo and two games that gave me my absolute love and devotion to RPGs. That would be Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. These two games were the start of my journey to wanting to be a game designer. I remember thinking, wow, I want to make games like that too someday. Since then, I have played nearly every console and many other games, including the Elder Scrolls and Fallout series, with each game showing me something new or giving me a new idea. During my very late teen years to early 20s, I started teaching myself game design by trying to study software like RPG Maker and Unity. The games of my past inspired me to start trying to make my own game with a positive message. Although that didn't last very long, since I had no one to study with, nor anyone to ask questions. Programming at the age of 24 followed the same pattern. I started teaching myself C++ and C# coding. Got to the beginning stages and just stopped. It was hard to keep going when no one was around to help you when you needed it. I was becoming so frustrated and discouraged. All I wanted to do was create a game that brought joy and expressed genuine emotions to others. I wanted to try out different ideas and maybe even create a new genre of games altogether. I wanted to change the world with my creativity. But the learning curve was so vast and so challenging. Was I doing something wrong? Was I not strong enough? These questions and more occupied my mind for quite some time. By the time I hit 25, I had almost lost hope in my dream of creating a new type of game. I went looking for information about how to teach myself game design just one more time. Although this time, my father stepped in and shot me an idea that I agreed vigorously to. Searched for a school or college that specialized in teaching game design and programming online. There were few schools that teach specific classes on my desires, especially those that gave a degree with and were online. That's when I came across Full Sail University. They not only had a degree for game design, but also did it online. I didn't waste any time signing up. In about 2 weeks, I was signed up and taking classes. Full Sail taught me how to use a lot of different programs in the industry, such as how to use Unity and Unreal Engines, make objects with Blender, editing with Photoshop, programming skills, and a few other things. All of which I had tinkered with on my downtime. I know, that doesn't set me apart from any other game designer, right? Well, not quite. First off, I bring unique and interesting ideas to the table. I don't mean rehashed old ideas with just a new coat of paint, no. Even if old ideas and principles are used, they would have a new flair and a different approach to them, to have them feeling fresh again. Take a traditional RPG, for example. Why not add a survival horror element and a reward schedule to the mix and tweak the RPG elements to make a choice each day for the player to either try grinding to level up to enable them to tackle tougher challenges down the road, or search for stuff to survive that night. Trust me, there are plenty more ideas to come. Secondly, I'm a team player. I can cooperate with just about anyone, and I do my best not to cause any conflict. Working with a team means better, faster feedback, and the ability to keep the production on track. Teamwork and company engagement are two things an industry that services over 1.8 billion people really need. Finally, I have the experience required. This may be a simple one, of course, but it is nonetheless important. Hiring someone for your company that doesn't have the right amount of knowledge on game designing will either slow that person's ability to catch on or not be able to catch on at all. I promise that I have not only the knowledge to drive the company forward, but also the motivation and drive to push as hard as I can for you. Upon request, I will design a test level, especially for you guys at Bethesda. Nothing pre-made or prepared in advance. I'm willing to create a unique level specifically for you and to show you I am as good as I say. I will be sure to have moving and functional text characters for you as well, so you may walk around the level. This is just something I'm tinkering with right now. Finally, I want to thank you and those watching this at Bethesda so much for listening and taking the time out to consider me. Ever since I started to follow my desires, I have dreamed of working within your company to help make unique and emotional games that changes lives. I hope that you will allow me that chance. Thank you.